Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we could discuss Goldeneye. So this movie stars Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, 007, international super spy, and he's been tasked once again to save the world. Literally the entire, planet is at stake. There's an incredible space weapon that is immensely powerful. Like even just a little bit of its power could destroy the entire planet. So of course, James Bond and his co-workers are looking to put a stop to that. However, this time they're not taking on the typical supervillain or uh, megalomaniacal leader, cult leader. No, this time they're taking on their own because Sean Bean plays Agent 006, old friend and former partner of James Bond. These two have run missions together for years and years, but now he's turned his back on the crown, and he is looking to work with a group of Russian spies to gain control of this weapon and then use it for nefarious purposes. But of course, James Bond is going to step in and put a stop to that, hopefully. But that's the story here of Goldeneye. So I like Goldeneye. This is Pierce Brosnan's first time out as Bond. I think he does a great job. If you're too young to remember, or you just don't remember, there was a pretty long lead into him becoming Bond. He was stuck on Remington. I don't want to say stuck on Remington Steele, but people wanted him off of Remington Steele onto the James Bond franchise. It took a while, but eventually he did get there, and it definitely pumped some new energy into the franchise and brought interest back. I think he's a great Bond. I mean, he's a natural Bond. I wouldn't say that his movies in this franchise are my favorite in the series. I really like the aura of Sean Connery and Roger Moore. I like that vibe, but I think this is a great updated for the time take on James Bond. I think the special effects are amazing. The action set pieces are great. They're creative too. They're not just random explosions. There's actually some thought put into the action set pieces and the chases and the big stunning moments here, which I really appreciate. You got Pierce Brosnan, of course. Then you got Sean Bean as the villain. Not one of my favorite Bond villains, to be honest. And it's not because I don't like Sean Bean or because I think the character, it's not a good performance. I just think the character is kind of there. There's not really much interesting, especially when you compare it to some of the really colorful, memorable villains, that came before. But he does a decent job. And then you have Famke Janssen here as the seductive super spy who uses, the ultimate pleasure as her weapon. So I think there's a lot of stuff to like here for James Bond fans. And I really like Goldeneye. I think it's a really good movie. And also it was a really great video game, which doesn't hurt either. But Goldeneye for me, really good movie, really good Bond movie, a great start off to the Pierce Brosnan era of James Bond. So I definitely give it, a pretty strong recommendation if you're a fan of spy movies, action movies, or of course just James Bond in general, or you just like to see, hot, seductive Russian operatives seducing people. That's Goldeneye. That's my review of the movie. If you want to check out more, I've got a movie review playlist right here on YouTube. But until then, thanks for watching this one, and hopefully I'll see you soon.